From a distance, not this sweet What's going on? What's going on? We are live. Let's happening. Let's happening. We getting ready to get into some talks, ladies and gentlemen. I've been in the trenches all day today. I've been in the trenches, ladies and gentlemen, doing research and finding some great topics for you guys to listen to. It is important what you hear on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is very important. So I ask right now that if you are watching, I would like for you to take notes because you're definitely going to need to understand what's going on tonight, okay? So just thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I am your host, Kimberly Money Chemistry McKinney, and I'm so excited to be coming to you live right now. So what you guys are listening to is some African heat, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to talk briefly about Africa in just a minute here. So I say thank you again for joining me on tonight, and let's get started. I want to share with you an article that I found, and I don't know if many of you really actually know what's going on. What we're finding that the banks are shutting down and they're not offering business and personal loans, ladies and gentlemen. And these are true facts. It was just announced recently that no personal or business loans are being offered. And it's so interesting because I'm going to show you something really, really quickly. And let's see, before I do that, I mean, just imagine not being able to, get a loan if you're a business person, if you're somebody that's really just starting out your business and you want to, obtain some type of funding because you don't always have all of the the cash or the capital in order to do that. So let me show you this article that I was able to find on today that I had been looking at. Thank you for coming in. Share this with other people. So I'm hoping you guys can see what I have here. And this is an article by CNBC that Wells Fargo tells customers it's shutting down all personal lines of credit. And this just was recently published on July the 8th and updated on July the 9th. So they're saying the bank is shutting down all personal lines of credit in the coming weeks. And they're going to no longer offer the product. They're saying usually they're able to offer credit lines to people that usually borrow between $3,000 to $100,000, to really consolidate their high interest credit card debt, and some pay for home renovations and avoid overdraft fees on linked checking accounts. Well, recently, Wells Fargo just really told their customers that, being the fact that they're closing in on not allowing people to actually get personal lines of credit, that this may impact their credit score. So this is really interesting. First of all, they're going to stop offering personal lines of credit, or ELOC, I guess, equity lines of credit. And then the fact that they're not going to offer it anymore, they're going to tell you that this could indeed affect your credit score. Wow. This is truly interesting. So let's see what this particular video is going to say. Let's see if we can play it. So this is an ad that's getting ready to come on. So let's see what's going on with this. But that's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Like, really, that's the reason I've been talking about so much about decentralized finance. I've been talking about decentralized finance for a while now. And the fact that we really need to really start considering becoming our own banks, and how and why cryptocurrency allows you to do that. And you shouldn't be afraid of it, because this is happening. So what if you go somewhere and you go to a bank and you can no longer get a loan for your business? What happens? How are you going to be able to fund? How are you going to keep that business afloat, being the fact that you can no longer borrow any money from the bank as a part of your line of credit? Ask your doctor about Entresto. Let's see.
Customers expressing outrage this morning after the bank informed them it is ending all existing personal lines of credit in the coming weeks and will no longer offer the product. The revolving credit lines typically let users borrow $3,000 to $100,000. They were pitched as a way to consolidate higher interest credit card debt, pay for home renovations, or avoid overdraft fees on linked checking accounts. In letters to customers, the bank said it reviewed its product offerings, decided to discontinue the product, and close all existing accounts. It warned customers that the account closures may have an impact on their credit scores. Customers were given a 60-day notice that their accounts would be closed, and remaining balances would require regular minimum payments at a fixed rate. Senator Elizabeth Warren tweeting, "Not a single Wells Fargo customer should see their credit score suffer just because their bank is restructuring after years of scams and incompetence. Sending out a warning notice simply isn't good enough. Wells Fargo needs to make this right." It does seem like it's a little bit unfair to these customers. No doing of their own to have their credit scores dinged.
Wells Fargo, is there a bank that fell from grace more quickly than that? Remember, it was Warren Buffett. It was like they could do no wrong for so long. No one, and then, okay, so you create a couple accounts to pad your.
Just a couple.
that was
force insurance sales and people who don't have a car.
Right. No. Yeah. They lost their way.
Wow. That is super interesting, ladies and gentlemen, that the fact that the banks are now not offering revolving lines of credit. This is the reason why I talk about decentralized finance all the time. This is the reason why I talk about you gotta have other means of diversifying your wealth. You cannot depend on the banks, because, again, first of all, they're taking away your personal line of credit and your home equity line of credit. They're also trading and taking your money that you place inside of the bank. They're taking your money and they're investing in the foreign exchange market with it. On top of that, you're not even getting a portion of the percentage of the interest or the profit from it. Something is definitely wrong. So the bank is shutting down all existing personal lines of credit in the coming weeks and have stopped offering the product. Now, this is serious, because not only does this affect, they just said it's going to affect other people's credit scores. They're going to affect the credit scores, ladies and gentlemen. So that's serious, that you're no longer going to be able to get a line of credit anymore. So, for a while, well, I'll put it like this, okay? Because I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to talk about how you can position yourself, because I promise you, I've been talking about this stuff every single day, but nobody seems to hear me out. Guys, start listening. Start taking some control over your finances. Start taking advantage of information that's being shared to you. I offer all the time to get on my sessions and talk and really find out some information on how you could be safeguarded against all of this. Many of you don't even know that you can become your own bank, and you don't even have to deal with a banking institution. Many of you don't know that. But if you fail to even try to figure out, try to find the information out. So what I'm going to share And we're going to talk about this because I think that is so important that you guys know about it. Like, this is serious. Like, where are you going to be able to go if you need to get a loan, if you're a business? Where are you going to be able to go and do any of that? Where? Just where? Where are you going to be able to go? Now that the banks have stopped offering lines of credit and personal loans. This is why I talk about DeFi. And you guys don't even know what DeFi, decentralized finance, is. Well, I'm going to explain it to you tonight. Again, we believe that real change begins self-talk and thinking. And this is why this is why it's important. Being the fact that the banks have been announcing this for a while, that they're going to stop offering loan services, this is the reason why you need to be diversified. This is the reason why you need to know as much as you can so that you're not as affected. Because a lot of people are going to be very extremely affected by these changes. And when I talk about this is what's going to really separate people, the working class from the entrepreneurial and the high class or the upper class. Because there's going to be no middle class. It's going to be either rich or poor, either side of the spectrum. You gotta pick either side of the spectrum. Okay, 60% work for someone else. So what does that mean? I don't even know what that means for Wells Fargo, because now if they're going to take away that loan piece or that loan portion, that may be some jobs that may be lost along the way. That may be a whole department or whole departments that could be simply gone and no longer of use because they've taken that option out. Okay? That's 60% of working for someone that you are now in a controlled environment. And you're not even breaking a dent in the market. And then 35% of you work for yourself. So pastors need to really pay attention to this. Funeral homes need to pay attention to this. Because guess what? You guys are self-employed, or you may be part of that business, that percentage of business owner, but you have many funeral home businesses that are not even quite prepared and ready for things of this nature. So what if you have an existing business loan with a banking institution, and now in order for your business or order for your funeral home business to continue to keep afloat, meaning accessing the most recent fleet, meaning your vehicles, to making sure that you stay up to date, because in most cases, and be honest, as a consumer, and you're reaching out to a funeral home to care and make preparations for your loved ones, and they're riding in less desirable cars, or things are just not up to par. They've not been able to gauge their businesses where they can increase their business structure, things of that nature. Some of them are not ready for this. Some of them not prepared. And that's the honest truth. Some are not prepared, and at the same time, they're contractual, because now if a family do not call you in case their loved one passes away, and if that family does not call you, or you don't get phone calls from families that are needing your services, you could potentially go out of business. Because there's no traffic, entering to your gates as far as business is concerned. Let's talk about churches. Churches are the same way. Here with the pandemic, a lot of people, although we were all home doing virtual worship, a lot of people that were really regular church goers, a lot of us potentially got lazy. And decided, once they opened the doors of the church back, that we're being content at being home, watching it from home. But guess what? When the offer comes out to give an offering, there's no offering. So that means a church cannot even operate if tithes and offerings are not being added into the equation. That's still contractual. That's really a unagreed upon contractual, because that's a word of mouth type of thing. That's a spiritual feeling type of thing, that most people sometimes they feel compelled to give, and then some are not. They just don't give. But the church suffers from that. So that's why I talk about decentralized finance. This is why I talk about the right side of money. Robert Kiyosaki talks about this. And he said the side that you want to be on is you want to be on that 5% that controls and have access to 95% of the market. Meaning, if you had the ability now to get inside of an active trade, you can obtain and it profits. You can obtain the profits from that trade, and you're not penalized for it. See, we have some funeral homes that operate on that 35%. And then you have some funeral home businesses that really have a team of individuals that have a set of business acumen and a strategic vision to still be able to carry on the business for generations on down the line. See, they understand the value of being a business owner. And that's a small percentage of individuals that still know how to operate in that realm. So you want to understand why it is important that we really educate ourselves as it relates to the market, ladies and gentlemen. Because 97% of people who quit too soon are employed by the 3% who never gave up. And that's true. So when I talk about decentralized finance, that's basically you becoming your own bank through the understanding of cryptocurrency. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show all me about the decentralized space. When we're talking about DeFi, that's what DeFi is. DeFi means decentralization finance. And we're getting ready to get into that right now. Okay, so when we talk about decentralized finance, I'm getting ready to share my screen again. We now see that we are moving more to a digital age, a digital stage. Okay, it's like every 10 years there's a huge change that comes about. You had the 2008 2009 housing crisis. Okay, and then you had some other things subsequent to that, and then here it is, 2020, you have the pandemic. And now in 2021, we're talking about cryptocurrency, moving into a different type of digital currency. Okay, so if you can see my screen here, I'm going to share my screen. If I can share it again, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you how all of this all put together. So as you can see here, this is my back office. This is where the magic happens. This is where everything begins. This is where your starting point. This is your blueprint right here. Your blueprint. And what you find is there's 4 different strategies or 4 different academies under this one platform that allows you or gives you the opportunity to make over 1,000 opportunities to make money on a single day. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to the academies. The academy section is this. See, you have Forex, which I've talked about that, in some of our previous videos. But you have foreign exchange. FRX stands for foreign exchange. And these are videos that are maybe like 4 minutes that really break down the entire foreign exchange market. So you don't have to go to 4, 5, 6, 7 different places within inside YouTube to find this information out. This information is placed and is concise and is clear for you to understand, and it's not long. Because sometimes things can get a little inundated because you're having to sit there for so long, for long periods of time, just to get information that may be clarified in maybe 1 to 2 sentences. But this right here, this is your blueprint. This allows you to get inside the education part of the platform. So we have it in different languages. If you know any other people that are not necessarily in the United States, but they're in other countries like Germany, Portuguese, French, we have them in, I want to say over 20 different languages or 50 different languages. But the fact is, it is available in over 50 different languages. So you don't necessarily have to know English in order to have access to this platform. It's also being taught in Spanish, and whatever your native tongue is being taught in that native tongue. So that's Forex. Then we have HFX. HFX is called high frequency trading. Those are time-based trading. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, today at 10 o'clock this morning and tonight at around 10 o'clock this afternoon or this evening, I was able to make money in the HFX platform today. That's time-based trading, which is going to only keep me in a trade for 3 minutes. I can set the timer for 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes. And within that 3 minutes, I'm getting access to the bag. That once that profit from that, I can pull it right over into my account and go spend it however I want to spend it. And I can do the same in the digital cryptocurrency space. This is your education. This is where you're going to learn about digital cryptocurrency spaces. And also, remember, I was talking about finance. You're going to find the education in the background behind finance right here. Decentralized finance is basically you becoming your own bank. And now for the other side, where a person wants to build an online business without the hassle of having equipment or inventory, we can help you get set up with an e-commerce website. And it has over all the strategies, show you how to build the website all the way up. And doesn't even take a whole lot of time. And then we have what is called an IBO, independent business owner, which I'm going to share with you guys a little bit later on in the presentation. But let's go to our go live session. So, I've given you information on the education, but let me give you information on the educator. Okay. So we have over 200 plus educators that work for you. They work for you. They basically work for you. And in that process, you have access to go live with them in real time. So it almost acts as if you have a TV guide. If you have cable, you have a TV guide. And in that TV guide, it tells you what time some of your favorite shows are going to come on. The time and the day that they're going to come on. And they might even give you a little bit of information about what the particular program is going to be about. Well, this operates the same. Forex, HFX, DCX, and ECX, they all have their own different go live channels. And each educator has their own go live chat. So that means you can be in trades, literally being helped show, mark up the trades. You can literally be on the inside of the strategy, working and learning how to mark up trades, learning how to get trade setups, when it's a good trade setup, all through here. all through here. So what I'm going to do tonight, for the simple fact that we're talking about the banks and decentralized finance, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into our DCX Academy, which is digital cryptocurrency. And then I'm going to look up one of my favorite instructors. His name is Mike Sotero. And let's see, did he come on tonight? I don't think he came on tonight. But I'm going to show you something, because guess what? If you missed that person and if you were not able to log on when they were able to log on, then you get the opportunity to go back and watch it again. So from the last time that he was on at I think he was on Tuesday. So I think he was on 2 days ago. So let's see what we could find on Mike Sotero. See if we can find a good video on decentralized finance. Okay, and so give me a second. I'm gonna try to move. For some reason, my computer has been moving really, really slow. Let's try this again. So decentralized finance, and we can get on with one of my favorites. I think he's about the only, not necessarily the only person that teaches it, but he really gives you a good introduction into the DeFi space. So we're going to click on him, and we're going to see when's the last time. I think he may have came on Tuesday, but see if we can have access to watch a little bit of what he had to say on Tuesday night. But then I can also, show you an earlier video of what he demonstrated as a beginning upside to the intro of decentralized finance. So let's see what we can pull up. And the fact that these are sessions that you can always go back to, if they're very beginner, because that's what mostly those are going to be, beginner sessions, and you definitely need to get that foundation under your feet. But okay, let's see. Okay, so this one he talks about capitalizing on current market corrections. So this was a pre-recorded. If you would have got in at the very last minute when this went live, you've only been able to get just the last little piece that you were able to experience, but it is all recommended that you're able to get back into this maybe the few minutes from what they recorded it.
So he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions. By thoughts, I mean specifically chatter in the skull, perpetual and compulsive repetition of words, of reckoning and calculating. I'm not saying that thinking is bad. Like everything else, it's useful in moderation. A good servant but a bad master. And all so-called civilized peoples have increasingly become.
Let's see if I can move this along a little bit more and see what we could find. See if he started talking. Okay, so this is where he begins to start showing everyone the back office. This is him breaking down some market analysis on Bitcoin. But basically what he talks about, ladies and gentlemen, he talks about being able to become your own bank and what the benefits are to becoming your own bank. So this was a pre-recorded session that he did on the other day, because remember, he only comes on, I want to say, Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So he was definitely on Tuesday and was able to really plug in and really help us break this decentralized and this digital cryptocurrency money down. So you definitely want to be able to partner with someone that can give you access to stuff like this, because it's important. Again, we just saw that the banks are shutting down and they're not providing personal or business loans to their customers. What is going to happen for the customers who work actually in that department of business and consumer loans or corporate loans? They may no longer have a job. And if they don't, let me know, because they can come right over here in I Am Master Academy and blow things out of the water. So again, as I talk about, decentralized finance, Mike Sotero is a very great educator who's going to explain the way that DeFi works. But you have to be a part of this program. You have to be a part of this platform, ladies and gentlemen, in order to learn those types of gems. Okay? So I'm going to keep it moving, but this is what I'm allowing you to see, the fact that we have access to go live sessions. And in those go live sessions, you're able to really gather some informative information. So this is one of his sets. This is a lot of times how he may begin his session.
All right, little midnight session. What's up, everybody? Drop a comment where you're tuning in from. We got a good amount of people on here so far. Continue to promote. Let everybody know this is not a normal time. I wanted to go live for a bonus session to really wrap up this.
Oh wow, he's actually live right now. So I had no idea. We're actually in this trade live. We're actually getting ready to get started right now, live, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just going to sit here for a little bit and allow you to experience this, because this is very motivational.
Let everybody know where you're tuning in from.
And the fact that he's doing a private midnight session right now, currently, and this wasn't even on the schedule. So I'm extremely excited about being a part of this.
Drop screenshots in your team chats. Let everybody know we are live. DCX Midnights bonus session. Let's go. Let's see where the night owl's at.
All right, and now I'm getting ready to let you guys know how easy it is to type in the chat. So I'm going to type in that I am from Atlanta.
Let's go.
All right, so it says that URL sharing is
Starting in
not
2 minutes. Comment in the chat
allowed.
box where you're tuning in from. Let the world know where you're tuning in from here tonight.
So I'm going to stop this because I want to be in compliance. But however, I was able to really communicate through the chat and let you guys know how that, how we do that. So let me move forward. I'm going to also go back and I'm going to share my screen again. And now we're going to talk about the strategies. And then when we talk about the strategies, I'm going to tell you how much it costs to get inside of this space, learn and grow with us, how you can get to that bag. You can get to the bag. I'm getting ready to show you to that bag. Get ready to show you how to get to that bag. Because that's exactly what I did today. I was on a 3-minute bag, ladies and gentlemen. And some of those trades, I only stayed in there for 1 minute. It's because I know how to read the market analysis. I know what to look for. And I know that if I still have enough time to get in the trade and make a little bit of money, although the trade may have just passed me just maybe like a minute or two, then I still know how to get in, leverage that, and get right back out. And here it is, I made some money. So let's see, we're about to pull up on these strategies. So I told you about the education. Now I'm telling you about the educator. And now I'm going to show you how the educator shows us how to get in different trade ideas. And understand that you're not doing none of this stuff alone and by yourself. You have help. We'll have help. So what you're looking at is our strategies. And our strategies just really allow you over 1,000 opportunities to get inside of a trade. This is where you're going to learn how to mark up your trades. This is how you're going to learn and understand what a Fibonacci strategy is. That's going to actually help you understand the markets a lot more clearly. And then the fact that you can access all this stuff from your smartphone, from your cell phone. Do you have to be in front of your computer all day long? No. I can be at the beaches of Aruba and still be able to trade money and make money right there on the spot, right there with my feet kicked up or twinkling in the sand. I can still have access to have a part of this money market that's in this digital cryptocurrency and the foreign exchange market. So you're looking at Forex. Forex has about 9 strategies, and each of these strategies are always kicking out trade ideas, which means it's giving you over 1,000 opportunities to make money. And within these strategies, we have what is called our apps. And what our apps do, they allow you to make money on the go. So if I'm on the beaches of Aruba and I need to, get ready for, dinner or something like that, we're going to be going to dinner out on, on the beach. That way I can utilize my phone and check to see if there's been any alerts that come through to give me another opportunity to get in the markets. And I ain't even have to really do no research. But the answers were sent to me all inside of an app. So you have apps, Swipe Trades and Gold Cup, that give you the answers to the test. And the same with HFX. HFX has about 3 strategies underneath that allows you to access the market. This is your time-based trading. This is your money in minutes trading right here. And then we have DCX. DCX, of course, digital cryptocurrency, tells you how to be able to scalp in the market, get back out, but then you're able to do much more long-term trades. And we have an investor and educator by the name of Crypto Picasso. He likes long-term trades that's going to maximum give you a lot of pips all at one time. And you know what pips mean, as you get a part of the platform. But then you now have ECX. ECX has about 4 strategies that allows you to set up your online business from, having great pictures and images of your product, which they show you all how to do that. If not, they do it for you. So that's very, very powerful. And then the fact that I can become an IBO in this space. I'm an IBO, ladies and gentlemen. I get a residual check just by sharing the opportunity with other individuals. So again, what are you gonna do? You gotta make a choice, because I'm telling you, the banks are closing and shutting down where they're not allowing people to obtain loans for funding. That's why it's so important to listen when I talk about decentralized finance. This is you becoming your own bank all over again, and the fact that you're not going to be stressed out because you have, this bill or that bill, or things are just coming at you at one time. The fact that you can access a world powerful market to pay you for everything that you need. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop right here. And then I'm going to ask your question. Well, how much does it cost in order to get involved in this platform? Well, I'm going to show you right now that the platform actually allows you to trade and actually get involved in the markets for as little as $209. So that means each individual platform, which is with a Forex, DCX, or HFX, is going to allow you to get in those platforms for a little nothing. But we even broke this down. So your startup cost for each individual transaction or each individual academy is $209. Now, you're saying, well, wow, $209 is kind of expensive. I don't know if I could be able to do it. If you sacrifice, you could be able to take care of it, because everything is going high, ladies and gentlemen. All the prices of things are accumulating. They're growing. So why would you get the individual packages when you can get the elite that includes all three academies inside of this one academy, which is $275 a month? Now, there is a monthly subscription, but I'm going to explain that to you in just a moment. So you're right here on this live, and you're watching me. You're watching this presentation, and that's all you're doing. You're just watching and you're listening and gathering information. But let me tell you, there is someone in your corner or in your circle, in your background, that needs this type of information, that really needs it. So don't be selfish and just say, well, I'm going to learn it first and then I'll share it to, others. You don't have to know anything about anything and still be able to get your point across. So the elite package is the way to go, and the elite package is $274.95, which we have also slashed that price down. Okay. Now, being the fact that you see how much that costs, now if you actually know anyone else that could really benefit from this, then share this opportunity with them. And if that other person show up, then that's two and free. Everybody can relate to music. Everybody can relate to money, because everybody wants more of it. But guess what? The powerful thing also is understanding the power of residual, meaning you can use residual money that you never worked for, that you didn't even work for, to come to you in a multiple of ways. So if you are watching this and you know someone that can benefit from this, then make sure you share this with that person. And make sure that you guys link up with me for more details and how to get started. Because everyone can tell you the risk, and entrepreneur can see the reward. See, people that ain't doing it, and that you wouldn't even change or swap spaces with, they're going to tell you it's a risk, and they're going to tell you, well, I wouldn't pay that much. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent over $3,000. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my own education. That's right. I spent that amount of money on my own education. So this shouldn't be a problem with you. I told you how you can get the subscription free. I told you how you can get into the platform free. Now let me tell you how you can make money and how you can begin to get residual income from it. Well, you can also become a home-based business. And with the home-based business, you're carrying over 400 plus tax benefits to you. In addition, if you're sharing this opportunity with other people, you don't even have to know anything about it. But guess what? You're going to learn. You're going to be able to grasp all this stuff up under your belt. And before you know it, within 3 to 6 months, you're going to be able to hold your own. So again, $150 for helping 3 families. You get that every month. And then Platinum 600, that's how it corresponds with the dollar amount. Platinum 5,000, because you help 225 people get access to this space. Then you got Chairman 10. This is $10,000 a month, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, $500,000, and $750,000. So now you want to become an independent business owner? I think you should. I think you should. Don't leave any money on the table. Don't leave any money on the table. Welcome to your new future. Now, if you're watching this because you watching me, that means you need to get back with me so that I can help you get assisted and get started. Okay? So thank you so very much for the opportunity to come and, really do this little late night session. I think I'm going to hop back on with Mike Sotero and see what he's doing. And then I think I'm going to turn in for the rest of the night. So thank you so very much for, being patient and allow me to work in a space and work in an element. So I just thank you right now. In Jesus' name, I pray, amen.